My dear students, I hope you all are fine. And now we can proceed for solving question number 2, 3, 4. We have finished of exercise 3.2. I've told you word problems I'll take together, all the word problems together. So question number 6 we can solve today. What is there for question number 6? Give a linear equation. Given the linear equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. This is the linear equation that is given to us. Write another linear equation in two variables such that the geometrical representation of the pairs so formed is intersecting lines, parallel lines, coincident lines. First of all, try to understand the question. What is the question telling is that there is basically a equation given to us. An equation is given to us that this is the given equation, and then now we have to frame second linear equation. Second linear equations will be basically one time a second linear equation should be such that the second linear equation framed by us and this linear equation should have intersecting lines. Again we have to frame another second equation for which the second equation framed by us should be parallel to this equation. The lines, the graph of the second equation should be parallel to the graph of this equation. And the third time again we have to frame the second equation wherein the graph of our equation should be overlapping coincident lines to this. This is basically the idea of the question. See, the concept behind this question is very simple, my dear students. The given linear equation is question number 6. Fine. The given linear equation is 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. So now we know that if supposing we have to frame second linear equation having intersecting lines, this is our first question. Now what is the concept, my dear students? Whenever we are comparing, this is A1 and we are going to frame A2. This is B1 and we are going to frame B2. The concept for intersecting lines is what? A1 upon A2 should not be equal to B1 upon B2. That is all. A1 upon A2 should not, means if I take this, see basically this is my X. This can be plus minus whatever, you don't worry about that. And this is equal to 0. This A1 and this A2, when I take the ratio of this, should not be equal to this 3 upon this. So even if I keep this as 1, what is it now? X plus y. If I take this ratio, what it is going to be? 2 upon 1. 2 upon 1 will be my A1 upon A2. And what will you have B1 upon B2? 3 upon 1. Is this going to be equal? This is not equal. I can keep it like that also. X plus y. And then if once they are not equal, then C can be anything. So I can keep it plus 10, minus 11, plus 12, any number. Because as long as 2 upon 1, 3 upon 1 are not equal, my question is finished. I can keep it like this also, or I can keep it in some other way also. If supposing I take some other number, most probably when you don't want them to be equal, my dear students, my advice is choose prime numbers. Choose prime numbers. Like I can take 2 upon 5, 3 upon 7. They will never be equal. Okay, you can take any numbers. So now I am planning to take this also. You can keep, my dear students. I am telling you x plus y minus 10 is equal to 0, because this minus 10 plus 10 is not going to play any role. 2 upon 1, 3 upon 1 are not equal. Matter is over. So you can keep it like that also if you don't want to confuse yourself. But if supposing tomorrow you have got some other things, I'm just telling, so you can take it like this. Chalo. You can frame it like this. X plus y minus 10 is the equation forming intersecting lines with the given equation. See, this is a common sense. You don't have to frame this, nothing more than that. Second, framing an equation forming parallel lines with the given equation. Now, when you want to go for parallel lines, then what is the condition? A1 upon A2 should be equal to B1 upon B2. And that should not be equal to C1 upon C2. This is the condition. That means now I have to frame the equation where 2 upon something will be equal to 3 upon something. Okay, so here my x, y, and it should not be equal to this. So, see, if I take same multiple, 2 3s are 6. 3, I am multiplying this whole equation, not the whole, this only 2, by 3 or any number that you feel you are comfortable with. I can multiply it with 2 also. 2 2s are 4. So it will become 4x plus 2 3s are 6y. But then this I will not frame. Multiply by 2. I can keep it as it is. Minus 8 is equal to 0. This is an equation. If I take this 2 upon 4 will give me 1 upon 2. 3 upon 6 will give me 1 upon 2. Okay. So I can take like this. So I can multiply this by 3 also. 6x plus 9y minus 14 is equal to 0. Now if you will see, 2 upon 6 will give me 1 upon 2. 3 upon 9, 2 upon 6 will give me 1 upon 3. 3 upon 9 will give me 1 upon 3. Minus 8 upon minus 14 will give me something else. Plus 4 upon 7. So that is not equal. So this is going to frame a parallel line with this equation. So I will tell here is the equation forming parallel line with the given equation. Now I go for the third one. In third one they are telling it should be coincident lines. That means A1 upon A2 should be equal to B1 upon B2, should be equal to C1 upon C2. So now what I will do? I will multiply the whole equation by my desired number. The whole equation I will multiply. And I will keep the sign same. So if supposing I now choose for supposing 5. The 5, 2 5s are 10x plus 3 5s are 15y minus 8 5s are 40 is equal to 0. So if now I choose this, if I divide 2 upon 10, I will get 1 upon 5. 3 upon 15, I will get 1 upon 5. Minus 8 upon minus 40, I will get 1 upon 5. So is the equation forming coincident line with the given equation. My dear student, this will have infinite number of answers. Okay, this will have infinite number of answers. Sometimes they will even ask you frame the equation and verify it. Frame the equation and verify it. So now when you will frame this equation, you just have to verify it. How will you verify it? You will have to show here. Then again, verification you have done by now. This comparing this with a1 x plus b1 y plus c1 is equal to 0, a1 is equal to 2, b1 is equal to 3, c1 is equal to minus 8. a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, a2 is equal to 1, b2 is equal to 1, c2 is equal to minus 10. And then he will find a1 upon a2. It will be 2 upon 1, b1 upon b2, 3 upon 1. So since a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, the given line is intersecting with the given equation. Okay? If they ask you to verify, but if the question is only of this much, then this is all. You just have to frame the equations, and this can have infinite number of answers. So with this, we finish with the question number 6. Now we go to question number 7. Draw the graphs of the equation x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0, 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Determine the following coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. See, my dear students, what are they asking you over here? First, understand what you are going to do. Definitely, you are going to frame this, draw the graphs of this equation. When you draw the graph of this equation, it can go in any fashion, like this. And this equation, so this will also go in any fashion, like this. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle. So now once triangle formed by these lines and x-axis. So now these lines will be forming triangle with x-axis also and with y-axis also. If they talk about y-axis, so this is the triangle that is formed with the y-axis. This is one line, this is second line, and this is y-axis. So you will have to find the coordinates of this. But now they are asking you formed with these lines and x-axis. So you will have to form, this is one line, this is second line, and this is x-axis. So you will have to find the coordinates, these coordinates, and this is the coordinates which is describing the triangle. And shade the triangle means you will have to shade it like this. Okay. So now we go to solve this. I hope the graph is ready. 7. Question number 7. Here, equation 1 is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So you get x minus y is equal to minus 1. Of course, you'll have to take the other one also over there. X is equal to y plus 1. So again, you will make a table of 3 lines, 3 rows, and 4 columns. This is x, this is y, this is x comma y. So first time I will take 1, y is equal to, I can take any number now, 4, because this is very easy. For y is equal to 2, x is equal to y plus 1, x is equal to 2 plus 1, x is equal to 3. So x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. 3 comma 2. Now I can go further for y is equal to minus 2 if I consider. X is equal to y plus 1, x is equal to minus 2 plus 1, x is equal to minus 1. So for y is equal to minus 2, x is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 comma minus 2. One more point we will have to take for y is equal to 3. So x is equal to y plus 1, x is equal to 3 plus 1, x is equal to 4. So for y is equal to 3, we get x is equal to 4. 4 comma 3. So in this way our first table is ready. Now we go for the second table. 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Now, no, I want 2 to go down. This is a better one. So 2y is equal to 12. When 12 goes over there, it becomes positive. 3x will go and become negative over there. And I will get y is equal to 12 minus 3x upon 2. If I take this as a common factor outside, 3 will be the common factor. So there's no point. I'll keep it like that. Again, I'll frame a table. 4 columns, 2 rows, 3 rows. This is x, this is y, x comma y. So now I will have to manipulate. If I take x is equal to 0, no, don't take 0 because you will anyhow require the points on axis. So 1, 3 ones are 3, 12 minus 3 will give me 9. But then it is not divisible, 4.5 I don't want that type of numbers. So 2 3s are 6, 2 I take, x is equal to 6, 12 minus 6, 6, that is a better number. For x is equal to 2, I will get y is equal to 12 minus 3. I'm already substituting because I may lose out of space. 12 minus 6 upon 2, I get y is equal to 6 upon 2, I get y is equal to 3. So for x is equal to 2, I get y is equal to 3. 2 comma 3. Now if I go for a higher number, 5 3s are 15. No, 4 3s are 12 minus 12, 0, y is equal to 0 I will get. I do not prefer to have these type of numbers. X and y, because we are going to define the triangle. So it is better that we will keep x and y coordinate away from 0. So 4 is over. 6. 3 6 are 18. 12 minus 18 will give me minus 6. This is okay. For x is equal to 6, I will have to go, I might think. Y is equal to 12 minus 3 into 6 upon 2. Y is equal to 12 minus 18 upon 2. Y is equal to minus 6 upon 2. Y is equal to minus 3. So for x is equal to 6, y is equal to minus 3. This is 6 comma minus 3. Okay. Now we go for the other number. 8 will be, okay, fine. 8 will be okay. Fine. If I go for 8 3 is a 24. 12 minus 24 will give me again 12, and that will be 6, minus 6. That's okay. So for x is equal to 8, y is equal to 12 minus 3 into 8 upon 2. Y is equal to 12 minus 3, it's a 24 upon 2. Y is equal to, I'll get here minus 12 upon 2. Y is equal to minus 6. So for x is equal to 8, y is equal to minus 6. So this will become 8 comma minus 6. So in this way, my both the data required for the graph is ready. So now I go to make the graph. So what is the first one? 3 comma 2. This is 3 comma 2. This comes over here. Fine. This is minus 1 comma minus 2. Minus 1 comma minus 2 will go down over here. And 4 comma 3. 4 comma 3. Definitely they are in the straight line. Definitely they are in the straight line. So what do I get is this. Okay. Now I go for the next one. 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3 is going to be over here. This is 2 comma 3. 6 comma minus 3. 6 comma minus 3 is over here. 8 comma minus 6. 8 comma minus 6 is over here. Definitely this is also straight line. So I'll take it over here, I'll take it over here. Oh, this is going to be really harmful. Very, very harmful. Okay, we can't help that. Whatever it is, we have to go through it. So this is life. So this is basically, this was my equation, x minus y plus 1. This was my second equation, 3x plus 2y minus 12. Okay, better write them away. Now here if you'll consider that it is made by this coordinate. This is A, one line. This is B. Now what is going to be your B? This is going to be my C. Now considering the points over here, x coordinate is 4 and the y coordinate will be 0 because it is lying on x-axis. Here x coordinate is 1 and y coordinate will be 0 because it is lying on x-axis. But now coming to here, this is going to be what? 1.5 and then I have to go on counting 1, 2, 3, approximately 1.5 comma, for y-axis it is going to be 2. No, I'm very sorry my dear students, I'm sorry, you have to come like this. Sorry, 2, 2.5 and this is what? 2, 2.5, 6, 7, 8. X-axis is 2.8. I'm very sorry for this. X-axis is 2.8. And for y-axis, you have to go follow this. This is going to hit where? It is going to hit here. That is going to be 1.58. 1.8. This is the A coordinates of A, B and C. So you will write over here triangle ABC. A corresponds to 1 point, sorry again I am doing the same mistake, 2.8 comma 1.8. B corresponds to 1 comma 0. C corresponds to 4 comma 0. This is what you have to write the coordinates they have told, and then of course you also have to shade the region, though here shading will be done in this fashion. You can do it anyway. This is the triangular region you have to shade. Okay, that is all. And then you require arrowheads. Okay, my dear students, this is what they have asked us to do, and this is how I draw the graph of the equation. We have drawn the graph. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. Yes, we have determined the coordinates formed by these lines and the x-axis and shade the triangular region. That's all. Okay, so with this we have finished question number 6 and question number 7 both. Okay, so here after this we will be going into the exercise to solve all the types of methods that I think you all now already familiar with. Okay. Okay, my dear students, so with this, I finished this lecture which completes exercise 3.2, question number 6 and 7, and we have already solved it 2, 3, 4. Okay, my dear students, thank you very much. See you all soon.